Hey there.
Hello.
How's it going?
It's going all right. How's it going with you?
Oh, not too bad. Not too bad. Welcome everybody to our seventh episode of Bull Spit, hosted by myself, Emilio Bucks, my co-host,
Kristen Petite.
and we are sons and daughters of the Chicago Clubhouse Network. Up in this piece, here to talk that bull spit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Do they have a game? What time
Yeah, they're tipping off at 9:30 or nine
is it on?
thirty-five.
Is it on
It's on NBC.
Comcast? Oh,
Yeah,
okay. All right. All right. I don't see anything.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so taking on I think LeBron is playing. They said he was him
Yeah,
and Anthony Davis were questionable, but they're playing.
yeah, he's playing. I
Okay.
didn't see a report on uh what's his name? Um, but I think he's playing too.
Who? Patrick Williams?
No, AD.
Oh,
Thought he was questionable at one time.
correct.
But yeah, LeBron is playing. Uh,
AD you probably play.
yeah,
Um Lakers without I think they're without Cam Reddish, Maxwell Lewis and Gabe Vincent.
mm,
Not that that matters much. And the Bulls without Zach Levine and of course Torrey Craig and so on. Did you catch that Phoenix game?
yes.
What a damn shame.
Well,
That was
yeah,
some beautiful first half basketball.
yeah. Didn't you kind of feel it was coming though?
Yes. Even during the first half, I was like, there's no way. There's no way they can sustain this.
Mm-mm. And then once they got what's his name in foul trouble, Alex Caruso.
Yeah. Their best defender.
Hmm.
Um, and then KD just turned it on.
Yeah, and it all kind of coincided with Caruso.
Yeah.
And because he was also doing a good job on what's the kid's name, Devin Booker.
Booker, yeah, because he held Booker to
Hmm.
a rather pedestrian night.
And then I think he also did the same. uh KD was a little bit off when Alex Caruso was guarding him.
He was off until he wasn't.
Right, because I was like, man, he's just missing a lot of shots.
Missing a lot of easy ones.
It's you wonder like, okay, did they take it for granted because they were playing the Bulls? They figured,
And
I don't know.
it was their second night of back to
Oh,
back.
that's right. It was a back to back.
So Phoenix came out a bit sluggish,
Hmm.
and the Bulls came out supercharged and energized. And
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 then
then the second half came, and
what? And then what? Another thing that happens to them. Remember, Caruso was super hot from three, and
yeah,
then they think they want to keep hitting threes even when they go cold. Like they don't be like, I
keep
don't
shooting
go
it.
cold. Let's drive to the basket now.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
yeah,
They're besides Kobe White, he's about the only one who can shoot himself out of a slump from three.
true.
He's the main one. And I think at one point Patrick Williams was hot from three, and then they just all go.
Do you get the feeling that sometimes towards the end of the game, Kobe White becomes a bit too passive?
I
Is he
think
used to
sometimes towards
deferring?
I I think they also start towards the in the middle of the game and after half. I think the other teams also make adjustments on him.
That's true. They
Uh,
start doubling him really tough.
yeah, yeah, and sometimes I feel he dribbles too much, but I
Kind of
think
always had that problem.
yeah, he did. He just has better handles now. I
Yeah.
think he does need to do more to call for the ball at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Like they say, he's gotten more vocal. Well, you need to tell DeMar, or whoever's, like they say this on their post game show. Will Purdue always says, whoever's going to take out the ball, let them know it comes to me.
Right.
And DeMar will just have to deal with it, which from all what we have been told, he will. But
yeah, he doesn't seem to have a problem with that.
Yeah, I don't. It doesn't seem now what this team will do. Sometimes they will all go a little too ISO, but lately they haven't. And DeMar is the king of the fourth. Not as much as he used to be, but he's the king of the fourth. So sometimes I think he takes that on. But if Kobe's been hot leading to the closings, just give it to him.
Yeah. I would like to see Kobe take that last shot at this point.
Just try it. Let's see if he can do it. Maybe he fails. And then if he fails, then you always got DeMar or Zach when he's back, or Vooch. Like there's someone else who can take it, but let him try.
See, like I like Zach, but I don't trust him with the last shot. Unfortunately,
he's made quite a few last shots. But what always sticks out in our memory in past years, but he hasn't had to since DeMar has been here. And so all we do keep in our memory is the times where he didn't, make it. But I don't know. And I think one thing that maybe Kobe's nervous doing it because they're guarding him different. I don't know, but it can't hurt for him to just call for the ball and try.
Yeah.
If he doesn't do it, okay, you move on to the next game.
You're going to lose the game anyways.
Right, exactly. So you might as well go down trying. Yeah. They're trying very hard to turn you into the man. So start trying it out. Who knows if DeMar is going to be here past the trade deadline, because you don't know if he plans on re-signing.
This is true.
I think it's silly to keep him if he's not going to re-sign.
Yeah.
And then lose him for nothing. I can't imagine DeMar wanting to stay here much past this year, because he's getting older, but he's not so old that he's now in the mentor stage. Right. And he's not so old that he can't still impact the game. So I can see him wanting to go someplace and win.
This is true.
And then maybe after winning, I'll go someplace and mentor. And, he seems to be a good person. He brings Dalen Terry. We keep hearing about Dalen Terry and Patrick Williams going to see him, and it hasn't done much for either one of them. But, he goes out there every summer.
Not much of a mentor. What are they doing out there during the summer?
He's just summer vacay mentor.
They're just eating waffles and smoking weed or something. Like, you guys actually playing?
They get up at 5 a.m. And only he plays well during the season.
Right.
So I mean, he has taken to that, but I can't see him wanting to finish out his career doing that. And who knows what the Bulls are going to get. There's that reported trade talks with the Pistons, but
for Zach.
Yeah, and get what's it, Bojan, whatever his name is, him. And then the Bulls want someone that they're not willing to give up, because the Hawks also went to the Pistons about DeJounte Murray. And they're like, okay, yeah, we'll talk to you about it. But then they started talking about Cade Cunningham and all, and they're like, nope.
Yeah.
Which is understandable. Like, we'll give you someone, but we want either Zach or DeJounte to come be with Cade Cunningham. Right. And with some of the other talent, because they probably are just missing 2 veterans to get in that starting lineup, maybe 3, and then one to come off the bench with them. So they don't want to weaken themselves. So I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe everyone gets desperate, or maybe the Bulls just take whatever, which is crazy. Because we've had this discussion before. If you're trading for scoring, why not keep the scoring you have? But whatever. Maybe it's just, it's like, does Zach have an affair with someone's wife? Like, you just gonna send him to Detroit? Oof.
Yeah.
You can't send that man someplace else. Like, Zach did something wrong to somebody for them to say.
I question what his value is around the league at this point. Honestly, had some inconsistencies I would say this year, and then some health injuries, some health issues, I should say.
Yes.
That's a huge part.
I think the
he got a pretty big contract.
His salary is the biggest.
His salary is huge.
If it wasn't $40 million and you didn't have to trade salary for salary, I think there'd be a bigger market.
Sure.
But he's going to eat up so much of your salary. You're going to have to give up so many of your people just to make him fit. So now you're weakening yourself to bring him in. The biggest value on the team is Caruso. The biggest tradable value on or that the Bulls are maybe willing to trade. I think they want some first rounders for Alex Caruso. I don't think you're gonna get a whole bunch of first rounders. Like they want multiple first round picks and something else. So Alex Caruso will be remaining here. And I think that's another problem with the Bulls. And it's always been, no matter who's leading the team, they want the world for these people. And then it's like, you want the world for people that you spent all year trying to like make look bad. So you're not even selling your product all that well. Sure, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't help that what's his name got hurt again. And that's probably why he was so mad. He was like, damn it, I'm never going anywhere. Or I'm only going to Detroit because I'm hurt again.
Yeah.
But like from the very beginning of the season, the Bulls put him in trade talks. So now they had
him in trade talks last year too.
Right. Off season, during the season for 3 years. So you look desperate. So you weakened your position. Because like people are just like, eventually you're just going to give us him for nothing. And then some people are like, well, maybe they need to throw in Vooch and him or to make the deal. Okay, so now you're replacing 40 points, 35 points a game. Where are you getting this?
And one of your only big men, one of your only two big men?
Yes. So where are you going to get and it would be okay if you were rebuilding, but if you keep saying you're retooling, but now you're losing 35 to 40 points, and now you're losing double-digit rebounds, and we already know they're bad enough with 2 double-digit rebounders on the team. So it's just like, I just don't understand what they're doing, and I feel the same way with this that I do Justin Fields. I'll be glad when something happens.
Oh my God, I cannot keep talking about this damn Justin Fields situation. Not to switch subjects too abruptly, but my God, how can you even keep going on about Justin Fields and rather?
I mean, we're arguing, or not we're. A lot of people are arguing about why he's better, why he should stay. Blah 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 blah. It's like, can this saga be over?
We just gotta wait for the draft.
I just don't care. I just want to win. I don't care who it is now. Just somebody win.
Well, I guess we'll know what's up after the draft.
Yeah, and then so now back to the Bulls. Like, I wish that they would. I wish we didn't have to wait till February 8th. Like, trade the man now. Like, let this saga be over. Or I can't wait until February 9th if he's still here, because now you don't have to hear about it again until June.
Is it me, or is January been like 2 months long?
It's almost over.
God, I wish this month would end. I've been failing as an adult in January. I feel like it has been January needs to end.
It always feels longer because you had all the hustle and bustle and excitement of the holidays.
Yeah, true, but this one just feels extra long to me for some reason. Like
maybe because there were snow days.
My God, is it like Christmas was only just barely a month ago? It seemed like it was months ago.
That's the problem. All us January babies, we just get the short end stick because everybody hates our month. Nobody can afford to give us a gift.
I'm a December baby. I don't have. People are more willing to celebrate.
Yeah.
Because it's December.
Because that's a celebratory. People are now mad in January.
Broke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But well, it is almost over. It'll be over on what, Wednesday? January's over on Wednesday.
Got a whole
and then we'll be talking about, and it's leap year, so maybe that's another reason why things seem longer. Because now you got 29 days of Black History.
Woo! Child. Love to hear it.
Yeah, so back to the Bulls and blowing that Suns game. It's just so Bulls, even when they're not supposed to be doing this now because of the new style of play, aka people hitting shots.
And aka Zach not in the lineup.
Although they were 5-2 with them, they moved the ball with them. I don't know. They're just bad. Like they're still not even. People are like, "Oh my God, this is so much better." Blah blah blah. They're not a good team. They're still not a good team.
They're not winning more games.
They have more exciting moments like the first half where but they're not built to play like that the whole game. No. Folks are winded by the third quarter because they had to play. So that's why no one plays defense. We keep talking about defense, but look at them in the third quarter.
They're like after halftime, they're winded.
Yeah, because they play so hard defensively, which is what keeps them in the game and helps with their score.
They played hard defensively.
Yeah.
That first half.
That first half, and then third quarter they're worn out because it's hard. It's hard to keep chasing people all game.
Absolutely. And then you got guys on that Phoenix team that can hit shots from Booker to Beal to, of course, Durant and Grayson Allen, and it's a tough task, to keep up with those guys, to be a mediocre team and keep up with those guys for 48 minutes. The Bulls are surprised. I was surprised when I noticed their record at 21-24, which is still not good, but I was like, wow, I didn't even realize
they're that close to 500.
Yeah.
And a lot of people figured this trip they would be able to do it. I know Phoenix hasn't played as well as people thought they might. Well, that's because they had to. I heard some noise outside. Sorry. That's because they had to give up half their team to sign the people they have, so they don't really have much there.
And their main three guys have played about 15 games together.
Yeah, but I felt people took them for granted when they were like, "Oh yeah, they can win that game." Like I feel as though people are going to take this Lakers game for granted. Like a lot of people are like, "Oh yeah, this is when they're going to get above 500 because they play the Lakers and then Portland, and I forgot who they play after that." But they can conceivably be back to 5 to 6 games under 500 because you still have to outscore the team. And third quarter, we need to start looking up the stats. Third quarter seems to be their worst quarter. And it's probably because of what we just talked about. They play so hard defensively that they have nothing left to give. Their legs are tired, so then they lose their shot. So that's not going in. And then they're determined to still hit threes instead of, you know what? 2's better than nothing. Okay, go drive to the lane, get someone
be a combination of other teams making adjustments at halftime as well.
Yeah.
And Billy Donovan not able to make adjustments at halftime.
Because I still need someone else to be considered. I don't care who's on the team. Now maybe if you rebuild, sure, he can stay because nobody else probably gonna want to come. That's a winner. But I'm still not convinced that he's the guy. Even when they're playing better, and Stacey keeps telling me they're playing his offense and they're doing what he wants to do, I'm still not sold on it.
No, not at all.
His rotations, his decisions, his gut feelings are garbage a lot of times.
His post-game comments suck. It's garbage.
And And even with the improvements of like an IO, maybe that's about it. It's still none of this is still championship level.
It's not even playoff level.
No. It's ninth seed, hope for the best in the play-in.
That's what they
are.
And
the thing is, they're not even that. This is how sad the East is. They're not even far from being in the 7th.
Right.
Because for all the talk about the trade for Vooch and all the players that Orlando has, the Bulls aren't that much worse than Orlando. Maybe 2 games. Like Orlando has come back down to earth, something awful.
Right. And you kind of figured they would, and they did.
But, so many people are just talking about, oh, yeah, they're the future, they're blah, blah, blah. They're still not that good. Just because someone looks good against the Bulls.
That's why people kept saying, like, Wendell Carter Jr., like, yeah, the Bulls missed out. I'm like, no, he just plays well against the Bulls.
It's not like watching Lauri Markkanen. That was a mistake.
Nah, that's a mistake because he's playing well against a lot of people.
He plays well against most people. And he's a very coveted player, but Utah's not trading him. The Warriors wanted him something awful. Can you imagine him with Steph Curry?
Yeah.
Now, Lauri's not going to play much defense, but he can score a lot. And the Bulls were just so stupid that they didn't think they could figure out how he and Vooch could play together. What? Just no creativity in our thinking.
Chicago sports.
You don't want to play them together, but you want to keep playing 6'5" people against 6'10" people.
A starting lineup of 6'5" guys.
Yes. But you can't figure out how to have these 2 gigantic guys playing with each other when they can both shoot from the outside. They're just stupid. They're just not. I mean, I know they know more than I could ever imagine about the sport. I understand it when I'm calling them stupid. I know they're not. But their decision making. I know that much. Yeah, their decision making is poor.
I mean, hell, I could go there and lose. Yeah. And here we are again talking about this piss poor organization.
We got to find something new to talk about next Thursday.
Seriously.
Who all do they play coming up?
They got Lakers tonight. Don't play again until Sunday. They got Portland, and then they got Toronto back here in the UC.
So they should beat Portland. They could beat the Lakers.
They should. They could. They have there's a chance the Lakers aren't playing good basketball
they're not good
right now. They're also, I think, the 9th seed in the West. And only have like one more win in the Bulls, even though they won that in the tournament.
Oof, that was probably one of the worst things they could have done.
Man, they went on quite a slide since the tournament.
Now D'Angelo Russell's been playing better.
Oh my God, Stacey King next to Adam Amin, like they're standing up next to each other.
Oh, they're standing.
Oh my God, Adam looks so just tiny. I mean, Stacey King is huge.
Adam he does. That looks like his little adopted son.
Like it.
Oh my gosh. Like,
I mean, Stacey King's got to be close to 500 pounds.
If Adam stood,
they need to get him an apple box to stand on.
Yeah,
because that looks ridiculous.
This was a shot.
I mean, Stacey King's almost 7 feet.
Right. So I can. That's why this shouldn't have been a shot. Stacey should have been sitting down.
Yeah, on a stool.
So small. I mean, he's only about 5'4", right?
He must be. I mean, looking at this is.
And he's the size of 2 Adam Amins next to each other.
Oh my God! Like that looks insane. It looks like Adam is in the foreground and Stacey is, or I don't know.
Yes,
it looks,
it's almost like Stacey's
crazy. Yeah, it looks fake almost.
Yes.
Yeah, Stacey King's got to be upwards of 500 pounds. Almost 7 feet and that big.
Damn. And he's lost weight.
That's a big man.
Yeah. And Adam Amin is so small.
Like small man.
Like he's like a thin guy.
It doesn't look like two humans standing next to each other. It's like one human and one like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids style. Like,
yeah, that wasn't a good shot.
That was a bad shot.
The director should be fined.
Yeah. Who framed that?
Hey guys, you know what we're doing tonight.
That was not a good look.
Adam should be like, don't you ever do that to me again.
Seriously.
And Stacey should be like, don't do that.
Right, because it made him look bigger.
Bigger.
And Adam look even smaller.
Yeah. Well.
Well, that was the most interesting thing I had to say about this team. Was the announcers.
Do you think the Bulls are going to trade DeMar?
I think they should at this point, instead of letting him walk away for nothing, unless they know something we don't know, as in like there's already some sort of talks of an extension on, secret extension a la Billy Donovan.
Billy Donovan's secret. Decision.
I think honestly, I don't think they're going to trade anybody. Or that they'll trade somebody like Io or something like, or Javon Carter.
That would be okay because there's too many of the small guys. Now I don't know what you're getting back for him. So why even trade him? Huh? You're not getting back anything.
Yeah.
And he seems to be a good guy. And is what's his name ever coming back? Torrey Craig. Isn't he on about 8, 9, 10 weeks by now?
Yeah.
I haven't heard any updates on him. They miss him.
Yep. He started really lighting it up for a minute.
And now he's gonna have to get back into shape and get rid of the rust.
Yeah, there's no even like current injury update on him. It's just
he really messed up his plantar. He would have been. I don't know how long it takes for it to heal, but they say one of the things is when it doesn't tear, you can't really fix it unless it tears. You just have to wait for it to
heal.
Yeah, and it never really does because it keeps coming back.
Well, like, you and I both have had plantar issues.
What'd you say?
I think you and I have both had plantar issues, and it
is painful.
Yeah.
And it does just like you'll be going fine. Like, hey, back. And all people like, ain't this about it?
Yeah.
Let's see. Then the Bulls play. Let's see their next 10 games. Bulls Lakers, Bulls Blazers, Bulls Raptors, Bulls Hornets. They should be able to win because a lot of Hornets might be gone. Now, see, now they look a little better because they're not. Adam Amin isn't standing in front of Stacey. Did you just see them?
Oh, yeah, I see him now.
It looks better.
It looks better. It still doesn't look good.
Right, but it's just something. It looks a little.
It looks better.
Then they're at Grizzlies, Magic, Hawks, Cavaliers.
You're gonna lose again to the Cavs.
I don't know.
I'm gonna need Kobe to stop doing that hair fake flop.
Well, was it the last game when Stacey King mentioned that?
Yeah.
Because
you were trying to pop and you let him get the bucket,
and it led to a foul on Kobe.
Yeah.
Remember, we've been talking about that for a minute. That annoys me with that hair flapping everywhere. Flop. And they're not calling fouls on you, buddy. Just stop. In a minute, they're going to start calling you for flopping texts.
Yeah.
Or he's going to have back problems in 2 years just because of that.
Because he keeps throwing his head back.
Right. He's going to start having spasms. Going to have to, it's going to lead to something because you're like, you can't keep doing that.
That's
snapping your neck.
Such a Bulls thing to happen.
How'd you hurt your back? Snapping my neck,
trying to get a call.
And like we mentioned last week, Io needs to stop falling after every layup.
Yeah.
They're not calling any fouls, buddy. You're just risking injury.
I will say Kobe is durable at the very least.
Yeah, he is.
He's played in all 45 games.
Mm-hmm. He's durable this year because he's had injury problems before. So things have turned around for him, which is good.
This guy. Patrick Williams. What a waste of talent.
And they held on to him too long that now you can't get what you used to be able to get for him. I mean, people will take him because he needs a new contract. I don't know who his representatives are, but they can't still be thinking that they're going to get $20 million a year. They can't. They will. Maybe he can go to Detroit.
Yeah, if he just goes someplace for the money.
Right, come one, come all. Watch in 2 years, the Pistons are going to be better than the Bulls.
Could be 1 year.
Yeah, could be next year. Depending on what they have, definitely could be
with Zach LaVine on their team.
They're gonna have Zach, Patrick, DeMar.
Right, DeMar goes and signs with him.
They're gonna beat the hell out of the Bulls and be like 5th place in the East.
That would be hilarious.
And right on par with being a Chicago fan.
That would be hilarious. I can see it happening.
And then Vooch is going to demand a trade to the Pistons. Right. And the Bulls will get some pick. He's like, I want to join my boys again. That would be so Chicago. And we'll be looking at them being better. And we'll still be talking about, we're retooling. All the while, it's just Kobe because everybody's going to be gone.
Can't believe it. We're back to this.
Well,
I think this is going to be a short show.
Clearly, because you're at a loss for words. Well,
I'm at a loss for words. I can't even. There's nothing to even like.
It reminds me of how the baseball shows got towards the end.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Because it was like once the Cubs were out of contention, it was there's nothing left.
What are we talking about here? And for the Bulls, it's the same thing. Who's gonna be here? They need to make up their mind. Like, why? How do they really plan to retool? And what is their retooling to do? Because is their retooling going to get them to a championship, or are they just retooling to get to the second round of the playoffs?
They're retooling just to keep fools buying tickets and buying merchandise, and so Reinsdorf just stay getting his pockets padded. He's got his 6. He's so disinterested in the Bulls, I feel like.
And remember the hope we had with AK and Mark Eversley, because they came in here signing bonds.
Yeah.
Like, they're gonna make some things happen, and then
nothing.
Now we question every move they make because they're not good. And so, what's your prediction tonight?
I'm gonna go with the Bulls winning by 5.
Okay, who's your high man?
High man is Kobe White.
Kobe White, okay.
I think he's gonna take over and take control, knowing that he should have probably done more down the stretch against Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
He was needed more down the stretch against Phoenix, and I think he's gonna slowly come into his own and like take command. And when he realizes, like, hey, you're gonna be the only man on this island at some point, so you might as well take it now. Like, whose toes are you worried about stepping on?
Yeah.
At this point.
You
know, what is your prediction for tonight?
Because I never want the Lakers to win anything. I predict that the Bulls win by 3.
Okay. It'll be close, one way or the other.
And it's going to come down to some Alex Caruso plays at the end. There's going to be some Alex Caruso defensive heroics.
Some Alex Caruso heroics.
Yes, that's what's going to come down to it. Defensively, he's going to be the hero of the game. And, of course, Kobe's going to make a shot. DeMar is going to make a shot. And Vooch. Those 3 are going to make critical shots at some point towards the end of the game that's going to help them win. But the star will be Alex Caruso and his heroics.
That sounds about right. And then we'll talk more about how much better of a team they are without Zach.
Right. Or if they lose and you listen to the post game, then Kendall's going to point out, see, this is probably a moment where you could have used a Zach. You always says a Zach, like someone when everyone's going bad, maybe one person can create a shot and try to do something. And
that's sure.
So, that's my prediction. And then I think on Sunday they blow it
against Portland.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, remember, this team is 7-14 on the road, so the road has not been kind to them. So they could blow it tonight and Sunday. That is very much on the table.
It's not out of the question.
Not out of the question.
It's actually right on, right on par with what they would do.
Yeah.
Alonzo Ball's at the game. You know what? They need to find someone who wants to take him, hoping he'll be better next year. Get that salary off the books. That's another reason why they can't do anything in free agency.
Who's going to take a risk on that guy?
Detroit.
Detroit. If anybody can make it work, it's Detroit.
That's right. Detroit's my answer. I mean, look at the year they're having. They're maybe going to go to the Super Bowl. Detroit versus the Ravens.
Taylor Swift. Oh, sorry. I mean,
the league might make sure that it's the Ravens versus Taylor Swift because the ratings, because you'll get to see Taylor Swift.
Yeah, right. I would love a Detroit Baltimore.
I'd rather Detroit Baltimore.
Yeah, I would watch that game.
I don't need, no offense against Patrick, but offense against Patrick. I don't need Patrick Mahomes to win anything else. Definitely don't need to see Matt Nagy winning. Yeah, I'm tired of watching Patrick Mahomes. It's not fun anymore. Whatever.
Yeah.
I'd rather see some magic by Lamar Jackson, and then the feel good story of the year, the Detroit Lions. That'll just be more fun instead of possibly the greatest quarterback of all time. How many Super Bowls has that man won?
Right.
You just saying forget a damn Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
People are already calling Patrick Mahomes the greatest of all time.
You know, that's the society we live in. Everybody's so damn eager to crown somebody the greatest of all time after 5 minutes. You know what I mean?
He's great, yes. But the greatest of all time? And
I mean, yeah.
No. And so, yeah, I don't need to see. And no offense against Taylor, because I have nothing against Taylor Swift, but I also don't need to see that all game.
I don't see her appeal. I mean, I get that she, you know, like as a pop star, fine, but like attractive wise as a woman, I don't. It's kind of like a bird, like a skinny bird.
Attractive as a woman.
She's got no cakes back there.
Well, she's very thin.
She's very thin.
Yeah.
I don't see this.
Like a lovely young lady, but
maybe she might be a lovely young lady. You know, I'll never know. So,
well, you know what? I don't think the appeal is like guys like, yeah, I gotta get Taylor. It's her fans, the girls who love her.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, it's not like, let's say if Rihanna was up there, you know, the guys would be like, or beyond, you know, Jennifer Lopez.
Right, guys are still into because she's attractive.
Yeah, the ladies would love her too, and then the guys were like, "Woo, look at blah blah blah."
Right,
I don't know how many guys are going crazy over Taylor.
Right.
You know, I don't know every guy, so maybe a lot are, but I don't think the appeal is with the guys.
All right, I'll give her that.
See, now Alex Caruso's hitting his threes. So the third quarter, he's going to still think he can hit threes, and he won't. And that's when the Lakers will make their move.
Oh, man.
You know, the normal thing.
Normal thing. Well, hey, this has been a good pregame show to this Bulls-Lakers matchup. I think this might be a good time to sign off, and I'll check this game out.
Yeah.
And we'll return next week with more news. And God damn it won't be the 8th yet, so we'll still be talking about.
I'll still be wondering
who's going to get traded.
I guess AD must have hurt himself. He fell. Oh, there he is. Yeah, he's holding his wrist. Woo.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, so he'll be out the game. Didn't he get hurt falling? Oh yes, because we talked to Scoop Jackson that game.
Yeah.
When he stepped on Kobe White's hand.
Yes.
Yeah, so he'll be out.
He got hurt.
Yeah, and so now he's hurt his wrist. So, and on that note,
all right, it's been fun, ish. We'll be back next week with more Bull Spit. Signing off. Thank you all for joining us. On behalf of my host, Kristen Verteet, Emilio Bucks, and we out of here.
This has been a Chicago Clubhouse Network production.